In November of 2022, a house fire led to the discovery of a large collection of bizarre documents. Upon closer analysis, what had initially been dismissed as scattered, meaningless fragments revealed itself to be the expression of a complex esoteric narrative called The Manifold. As the team who uncovered the documents slowly began to assemble the materials, more and more disquieting elements of the puzzle began to fall into place. At the center, a highly eccentric individual named Arthur Endrit, and a series of artistic works called Door Openers, somehow linked to a proto-human intelligence, which he calls his daimon. The collection begins with a foreword by an anonymous archivist who frames the material as a record of correspondence between him or herself and Mr. Endrit. According to the account, Endrit is a man of remarkable depth whose vast knowledge is matched only by his generosity. Throughout the ongoing exchange, however, the archivist comes to recognize that Endrit's preoccupations with mysticism, the notion of the daemon, and what he cryptically describes as travel, appear to have become all-encompassing. Unable to resist the strange and compelling gravity of these ideas, the archivist allows their dialogue to deepen even further, which ultimately culminates in a pivotal face-to-face encounter, during which Endrit invites them to his laboratory studio, and it is here that he unveils a vast conceptual sculpture of his own design, an enigmatic construct Endrit refers to simply as the Seed. The device is not merely a technological artifact. It appears to operate at the intersection of mind, matter, and energy, not just a static object, but a living, self-articulating system, an organic presence, a companion. The Seed possesses an identity not reducible to subjective projection. It is an archetypal emanation, or what might be described as a guardian-aligned counterpart, expressed in form. The documents describe a method of propulsion that is said to transcend conventional notions of space-time, and the account extends beyond literal mechanics into the psychic and metaphysical. One passage describes a distinct organ of the soul, a specialized faculty through which this force might be consciously manipulated. Endrit draws explicit parallels to Philip K. Dick's experiences with an intelligence that bridges the human and the upper realms, positioning the phenomenon within both literary and mystical frameworks. The text repeatedly invokes a sense of responsibility. The navigator or reader must actively assemble the fragments into a coherent whole. The description frames the process as both challenging and revelatory. At some point, the disparate components click, producing insight, orientation, or perhaps the first genuine interaction within the larger structure. An excerpt from Nicholas Roerich reinforces this. Mastery requires aiming not only high but far, suggesting both literal and metaphorical horizons. That precision, vision, and courage are prerequisites for engagement with the system.